Welcome to sunny San Diego, California. In this video, we have suggestions for you about what to do within a 10 or 15-minute walk of your cruise port. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. San Diego is 122 miles south of Los Angeles and about 18 miles north of the Mexico border. As a port of call, it's loaded with activities within reasonable driving distance. A rideshare or taxi can get you to SeaWorld in 18 minutes, the San Diego Zoo in about 12 minutes, and Balboa Park in 10 minutes. All pretty easy. But say you just want to walk from your ship to points of interest. San Diego is special in that regard. It's full of activities you can walk to. My son pretends he's camera shy. He's really not. Ah, see? Yeah, he's right in front. He's right next to me now. Oh my God, what happened? Stay tuned for our top 5 on foot. First, the port itself. Actually, it's 2 piers. There's the B Street Pier, which handles the biggest ships, where you'll most likely leave from. There's also the Broadway Pier, which handles smaller ships and overflow cruises. If you're completely lost and need help, the San Diego Visitor Information Center is a one-stop shop. They're just a few minutes walk south from the port exit. They offer discount tickets to local cruises and attractions, information on local bike rentals, and other helpful tips. They run the Trolley hop-on, hop-off tours.
So we have 11 stops total throughout the whole city. It takes about 2 hours if you don't get off. So you just ride along the whole city.
Okay.
But you can get off at every location that's pinpointed on the map. It's also in here. This same map that you see here is going to be in here with all the 11 different stops. And right now you're here in Embarcadero, and then from there it goes alphabetically ordered throughout the city all the way to Coronado Island, and then back to Balboa Park where the zoo is at right here. And then it goes to like Little Italy, Italian restaurants, and then back here to Old Town Steak Park, where it's pretty much where San Diego downtown got started in the 1800s.
Right.
And then from here it goes back to right here in Embarcadero.
Okay, cool. For example, we got tickets here to go on a local cruise around the bay, which took a few hours. Pretty relaxing, and you'll learn a lot, particularly about the US Navy, who house some very impressive ships here. Here's our top 5 things to do within walking distance, in order of our personal preference and time needed to visit. Number 5, Tuna Park. This lovely park, with various statues and displays honoring our US military, is a short 10-minute walk south of the pier. The main draw is Seward Johnson's statue embracing peace, aka Unconditional Surrender, aka The Kiss. This huge 20-foot statue commemorates VJ Day at New York's Times Square. It's a popular spot for Instagram photos and selfies. The statue is huge. Look at the feet. The rest of the park has a great view of the harbor and makes for a pleasant stroll.
And the food on the ship must be terrific. I've never seen fatter seagulls.
Number 4, Waterfront Park. If you have kids, this sprawling playground will delight. Only 10 minutes walking distance from the port, the playground is quite large and filled with engaging and interesting slides, seesaws, swings, and climbing sets. Lots and lots of climbing sets. These are all surrounded by soft turf and cool art. There's also a clean restroom on site. Totally free and totally cool. Number 3, Little Italy. Just about 12 minutes walk north. This neighborhood is chock full of fine Italian food, delis, and shopping. It's a proud area with a rich history to explore. For example, there are various plaques detailing the contributions that Italian Americans have made to San Diego and the country. Check out the various restaurants, markets.
Today's our grand opening, and our shop just opened right inside here in the food hall. So I'm supposed to draw you in and give you free samples out here.
Got it.
I love it on the sales. Milk or dark chocolate?
Milk or dark chocolate? Milk.
Milk?
One milk chocolate.
All right. This says salted caramel in it. So it's a milk chocolate salted caramel. This is probably our most popular product.
Okay.
But go ahead and give that a try. We also have peanut butter cookies, cornflake cookies, or chocolate cherry pecan.
The new food court.
Aren't you the cutest thing?
And the various shops that line the main drag of India Street. There are often festivals and events here too, so you might luck out when something special is happening, like this Christmas celebration at the main square. There's also a small museum, the San Diego Firehouse Museum, which you can explore for a small fee. Incidentally, there's a Rite Aid very close by if you need a prescription filled. Number 2, Maritime Museum of San Diego. For lovers of all things old and seafaring, it's like walking into a time machine. The museum is a quick 5-minute walk north. As one of the largest collections of historic ocean vessels in the United States, it's a rich and beautifully cared for collection with stories to tell. From the 1898 ferryboat Berkeley that helped the evacuation of San Francisco after the 1906 earthquake, to the Star of India, the oldest seaworthy merchant iron-hulled ship in existence, there's so much more to explore than seeing from the outside lets on. The biggest surprise for me was the meticulousness of the maintenance. Crews were always around maintaining the ships and grounds. The model collection was also surprisingly beautiful and detailed. You could spend an hour just examining the models and the stories that come with them. There's also, among others, a 1904 steam yacht that saw action in both World Wars. A submarine with many world records to its name, including the deepest dive and the first email from a sub, replicas of both a historic Spanish galleon that discovered San Diego and an 18th century man of war used in several movies. They even have sailings on their masted ships, in particular the Californian, the state's official tall ship, for 4-hour trips around the bay. Check their schedule if you want a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The ferryboat Berkeley is wheelchair accessible, but the other ships are not. There's lots of stairs and narrow gangways. For this reason, wheelchair-bound visitors are offered free admission. Help can be arranged if such visitors wish to board ships. Call the museum for more information. And number 1, the USS Midway Museum. The ship is only about a 5-minute walk south, just north of Tuna Park. The USS Midway was the longest-serving aircraft carrier of the 20th century, from 1945 to 1992. As such, this immense ship gives a glimpse of both past and relative present life on a floating fighting city. There's so much to see and do, 6 hours seems like a rush. From the huge airplane hangar section when you enter, which also houses flight simulators, a gift shop, and a cafe, to many sections above and below, like the living quarters, the galleys, the weapons storage, officers section, the flight deck, and the bridge. You can sit on the captain's chair. Docents are always available to answer questions and share their technical knowledge and personal experiences.
There, and if you look in front of you, those boxes with the plastic tops, you can lift those plastic tops. Those are the procedures manuals for the various different aircraft.
This can truly be one of the highlights of any trip to San Diego. If military history interests you, this is a no-brainer. Now there is a lot of walking, often through narrow passages, so some sections might not be accessible for people with mobility issues. 60% of the ship's exhibits are wheelchair accessible, so this shouldn't deter anyone who is in a wheelchair. There is help on the ship for such visitors. However, some sections may be restricted. Have you visited San Diego as a port of call? What are some of your highlights? Leave a comment. Also, if you found this video useful, hit us up with a like.